This is a King Dingbat public service announcement. There were no dogs shot or people shot with the Nerf gun during the making of this video. Kick the red, double move on the red. Alright, how you doing? King Dingbat here. And I hope that didn't hurt you too much. Or it did. Woo! Alright, so in this video, I want to talk to you about something that I've been thinking about for a while. Now, there was a report on this today, and it was talking about Carson Wentz possibly being considered a GOAT in the next 10 years. Now, if we're going to talk about Carson Wentz being a GOAT, we're going to have to smoke a stogie in the victory celebration room. For those that don't know, this is the victory celebration room known as my garage, where we come out and we smoke a stogie when the Eagles win or we're just having a lot of good luck. But for this, I wanted to come out and I wanted to smoke a stogie because I have been thinking a lot about Carson Wentz and his ceiling for a while now. And then to read this article by, Bleeding Green, it was on Bleeding Green Nation, and it was talking about Dan Orlovsky, and he was talking about how he sees Carson Wentz as possibly being considered up there with Brady, Manning, Montana in the 10 years from now when Carson's career is winding down, and I couldn't agree with him more. So with that said, let's smoke a stogie and let's talk this thing out. Okay? So let's light this bad boy up. The taste of being the champs in the victory celebration room. Now, geez, I look flush. Why? I don't know if it's the lighting or it's because I've been running around or what, but whatever. The thing about this video is that I've been doing a lot of thinking about Carson Wentz and what he could be, okay? And to hear Dan Orlovsky basically say, when you look back 10 years from now at Carson Wentz, he will be considered with Brady, Manning, Montana. And I think that he's right. I think that he's right because I think Carson, his ceiling is to be one of the greats. No doubt about it. Now, there are numbers to back this up, okay? The first thing I'll say is this. When Carson was drafted, the first thing I noticed about him, because I didn't watch him at North Dakota State University. I didn't watch him. But the first thing that you notice, when he's talking and when you got to learn about him, that kind of thing, is he possesses the it. He has the it factor. So right off the bat, I said, this guy's going to win a few championships, no doubt about it. But I didn't realize that this kid could be the face of the NFL for the next 10 to 15 years, which I believe he... Oh, there's the lady. Yeah, the lady with the dog. The stupid dog going... The lady has a dog and she always is pooping and pissing in everybody's yard. I'm going to shoot the hell out of that thing. Get out of here! Get out of here, dog! What do you look at, lady? Go pick up your dog's poop. They ran away. What do you expect? Anyways, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, I think Carson's ceiling is to be one of the greats of all time. No question about it. Now, he's going to have to go out and prove it. He's going to have to go out there and win, stay healthy, and show it. But his ceiling is definitely that good. Now, think about this. His second year as a quarterback was the second greatest second year of any quarterback I've ever seen. The only guy who was better was Dan Marino. Dan Marino threw 48 touchdowns his second year. There was no slump for Carson Wentz. So when we start to look at his numbers, okay, we start to see that he is projecting to be one of the greats. Now, it's early in his career, like I said, he has a lot to prove. But here's some things that I want you to look at. Brady, second year as a starter, he threw 28 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Peyton Manning, his second year as a starter, 26 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Carson Wentz, his second year as a quarterback, starter, 33 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Now, Carson also missed 3 games. 3 games, right? One of those games was against the stinking Giants. That would have been another 4 touchdowns the way I see it. That's 37 touchdowns. There's a very likely possibility that Carson Wentz, if he stays healthy, finishes with 40 touchdowns at the least. Okay? So this kid was putting up crazy numbers for a second year. Crazy numbers. And when you look at his attitude, you look about how much he can learn, things he can do on the field, how 1 week to the next, he can fix mistakes and he doesn't make the same mistake twice. It's very, very rare. So this kid has all the potential in the world. Oh, and by the way, they won a Super Bowl. You can say he don't deserve credit, he didn't play it. I don't want to hear it. He won a Super Bowl, he got a ring. He threw a touchdown on a torn ACL. That Rams game was one of the most amazing games, high pressure games that you could have in a regular season. It clinched the division. And he was the reason why they won that game. He kept that team in the game. Guy's a total stud. Not only that, but he is literally already on my top 8 Eagles all time. And he is my favorite player in the league right now. And I know for a fact, I would not trade one other player in the league, I don't care who it is, for Carson Wentz straight up. No way, no how, I wouldn't do it. You know, not a chance. He is that good. He has that much talent. And let's not also forget that, you know, Carson's great. He's very talented. But one of the other things that takes him over is that he's got a great coach. He's got Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson has shown himself to be a top coach in this league. I think he's top 3. I think he deserves to have Coach of the Year. And when you put those 2 guys, a good coach with a good quarterback, you get greatness. Okay? You think about Tom Brady, Belichick, Marino, Shula, Montana, Walsh. It's just the way it is. Carson, Peterson. And that's the projection of where they're going. And look, I know some people say, well, you're just saying it because you're an Eagles fan. If I wasn't an Eagles fan, I would look at Carson Wentz and go, that is the best young quarterback in the league. I love watching that kid play. That kid's going to be something. And that's the truth. It just happens that for the first time, you know, in my lifetime, he's an Eagle. The quarterback I think of that, you know, like, is an Eagle. I mean, before I watched Brett Favre, I watched Manning, I watched Brady, I watched all these other quarterbacks who were great, and I could admire them, you know, Aaron Rodgers. But for once, the Eagles have that guy. And let me tell you something about Carson. He's hungry. He's hungry because he got ripped off on the MVP. No doubt about it, he should have won it. He also didn't get to play in the Super Bowl, and people are trying to act like he doesn't deserve a Super Bowl championship or he couldn't win one. Bogus. So what does all that mean? That means he's motivated, he's hungry, he's going to come in and double moonwalk everybody's ass. That's what it means. And that's what I expect, okay? Here's a couple other things. Carson has 18 wins in his first 29 starts, and he set NFL record for 540 completions in a quarterback's first 24 starts. So he has the most completions for a quarterback in their first 24 starts. The kid is already in the second year projecting into greatness. Now, what he has to do is stay healthy. He has to continue to be hungry. He has to continue to win. And if he goes out and he gets a couple championships, he is going to be considered one of the greats of all time. And hopefully, when it's all said and done, we are going to be debating with, you know, his name and people like Manning and Brady and Montana. And I think that that's his ceiling. It's what I expect from Carson Wentz going forward in his career, because I think he is that good and he has that much talent. So I hope you get a chance to read that little article by Dan, with Dan Orlovsky said, another quarterback, an NFL quarterback coming out saying that, to me only gives my theory about Carson Wentz more validity. So with that said, I hope everybody has a great day. I'm going to get going. I'm going to finish my stogie. I'm going to chase down my neighbor dog. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.